I
Anyway.
we're live.
Oh.
So someone cut that bit.
Right at the beginning.
Cut that bit in the edit.
uh,
Everyone knows these are all pre-recorded.
exactly.
The chat interactions are scripted. They're all paid actors, you know.
Yeah, and our budget is very small, so there's only one paid actor to be in the chat.
It's fine. It's fine. I shilled to everyone. We're gonna have a big crowd tonight. I can feel it in my bones.
Did you tell everybody on Instagram that Adam's in his pink Nantasket sweater?
No, I should though.
No, you should have
Would that
added that.
Would that get the crowd coming?
Yeah, you know, it's nice pink corduroy. And holy shit, what is that?
Oh,
What the fuck is happening?
Oh
I don't know. I just had these. I feel like I'm doing a little puppet show.
We all got fingerless gloves except you, Adam.
Well, I got the pink corduroy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Sweatshirt.
Give it
and the Beach Bunny hat from their 2022 tour.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Just...
Okay, sorry about that.
God damn it.
What are you drinking, Matt?
I'm trying to decide what I'm drinking. Very unprofessional. I should have chosen beforehand. What do you think?
You got some. I see rum over there.
Oh yeah. So we got two kinds of rum.
Yeah.
Mix them together.
Nope. Not doing that. We got two kinds of rum. We got some Maker's Mark.
Oh no. That shit's deadly.
And then some Monkey Shoulder.
Oh. I would say start off with the Monkey Shoulder, and then as the night progresses, you go to the Maker's Mark. That's what I would do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Good man.
I got real fricked up on some Maker's Mark one time, and I had to buy a new rug the next morning. But Casey, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a non-alcoholic brewski, and it's great. It's like
nice.
I'm drinking an alcoholic brewski.
Nice.
There's almost match, which is like fun.
No, I'm pretty sure mine is meant to be a ripoff of yours.
No, what? Actually, yeah, maybe. Was that an Aldi one?
Yeah. This is an Aldi brand, German style beer from Belgium.
No
It
way.
has German iconography. It looks almost the same as the Beck's branding, but it is Belgian, which is a strange choice considering Belgium is also known for having very good beer.
I didn't know Aldi made their own beer.
Yeah, they do. They do their own off-brand, beer.
Yeah.
I think wine, because I think in Trader Joe's, which is the same ownership, like they also do liquor, which is good. They have like good scotches there that are like off-brand, but I don't think they're allowed to sell that stuff on the East Coast for weird Puritan law reasons.
Oh, the same people own Aldi and Trader Joe's?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Holy
Double Stuffed
shit.
Choreo. Thank you for the subscription, you motherfucker.
Oh!
Yo.
Thank you.
That was also pre-recorded.
Yeah. These are all scripted actors. Hey, Mega Rush, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. I told you, big crowd tonight. Big crowd. I shilled to the masses tonight.
Wow.
Right?
More than usual.
More than usual.
Okay.
I got my fingerless gloves on. I even put on the hockey jerseys like Brandon Maddox, our werewolf hero. I went all out, buddy.
And that's great too, because now you don't need to take your gloves off to like swipe up on to shill actually on Instagram.
Exactly.
Take your gloves off.
I've had these on since like 4 p.m.
Wow.
I have not taken these off, and they are kind of itchy.
Now, is Mega Rush 20 somebody that I would know in person? No. Okay. All right. Well, welcome, Mega Rush. It's good seeing you. Hope you enjoy the show tonight.
Yeah, we this is gonna be a Mega Rush. This is gonna be an interesting book club because 2 of our 4 guests have not finished the book.
We will be finishing it live on stream tonight.
Yeah,
I gave Casey the best summary I could. Unfortunately, that was about like 20 seconds worth of content. So I think there might be a lot that I was missing from that, but I'm really not sure.
This is the worst thing. I'm refreshing right now, kind of moving along. And I want to punch myself in the face.
Wow.
every page makes me want to punch harder. It's just terrible. This is
First self-inflicted punch on Twitch. Let's see it. Oh wow!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I heard a thud. That was actually
No holding back.
sounded harder than you intended.
right. I know, I'm so strong. It's kind of unbelievable,
It's also a coordination thing, but
right?
Now, okay, we were talking about trying to find some fan fiction from this to read.
Couldn't find any.
And we couldn't find any. But it does seem that there's a Vampire Kisses fan fiction.
Oh. Oh shit. Same author, right? Yeah, Ellen
Yep.
Schreiber.
That series has real fan fiction.
No, I'm convinced like 8 people in the world have read this book, us included.
Can I want to add too. Well, first of all, I didn't finish the book. I have the hardcover version of this book, as you guys know. There is a massive misprint in the book that I have to show you guys. It is hilarious. Give me a minute to get to it. I'm sorry. So, I was reading the book, and all of a sudden, I don't know if you guys can see that.
Mm-mm.
We're on page 181.
Yeah, there's 181.
Right.
181.
And then you turn over to the next page, and we're all the way back to 151.
Oh.
But you keep going to the next page. The book literally just restarted from 151.
No.
And the next page is chapter 15. We just went from chapter 18 to 15. And then it goes on from 15 onward.
Oh my god.
And then
wait, what's the chapter 15 called in yours?
Chapter 15 is called Sisterly Advice. I have 2 chapter 15s, 2 chapter 16s, 2 chapter 17s, no chapter 18, 19, 20, or 21. It goes right from...
Oh my god. You should notify the publisher.
But it's not just the same chapter, right? Like, it's like just a misprint of the heading.
No, it's the same chapter. It's a misprint of the entire chapter 18 is gone, and it's replaced with chapters 15 through 17. And then once it goes back to 18, so it restarts. Once it gets back to 18, it jumps forward to chapter 23.
So you just have no idea what chapter 18 is then, right?
Well, I had to look up a PDF and finish it that way.
You should threaten suit against the publishers of it for
Well,
you.
we should, but you go to ellenschreiber.com and it's just she didn't renew her.
Well, she didn't publish this though. This is Catherine Teigen's, which is an imprint of HarperCollins.
Oh, okay.
HarperCollins money.
Wow.
Emotional distress.
It was confusing for a good 3 minutes. I had to do a double take. I thought I was going crazy, but anyway, that's my story.
Yeah, think about the financial damage. You rely on the income from these streams, and you couldn't read those chapters.
Hey, what's going on, Puma?
Puma!
Puma!
Do you have the... Oh, wait, Puma never read this book, right?
Puma's never read this book.
Oh, okay.
It's incredible.
Has anyone ever read this book?
Hopefully not.
Also, I checked, and I think Vampire Kisses has like 18 works of fan fiction total.
Wow,
Not even...
that's many.
Not even the guy who personally and highly recommended the book has read the book. So that's a good sign.
I don't know if the authors read the book.
No one did.
It's quite possible she read it like a day before the manuscript was due, like while blackout drunk.
So she was in a fugue state.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The editor just rubber stamped it. I mean, clearly no one checked in the printing process for your hard copies to see that it even had the like actual text.
Yeah, that is so funny, right?
First people to read this.
Yeah, Corio in the chat said even the publisher didn't read it because of the misprint.
Clearly, yeah.
Is this like a world record? Do we get like a medal for this?
I want something for reading this.
Yeah, this is we should catch up the people who are joining us for the first time, honestly,
Love it.
on what this book is. We don't need to do like chapter by chapter, but just like a general like what the fuck is this piece of garbage?
Yeah, I think summaries are gonna have to be your territory because you're the most.
You're the expert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have the dubious honor.
It's
been in one ear and out the other for this whole thing. So.
That's fair. I have officially read this book front to back twice now.
God bless you.
Thank you. I feel like I need to go to like
I feel like you
confession.
an Alcoholics Anonymous confession.
Yeah. It's really
I
bad.
am Matt, and I've read this book twice back to front.
For those of you new here, this is Once in a Full Moon by Ellen Schreiber, and it is fucking terrible. That's my first thing. Shut the fuck up, Cora, you piece of shit. Sorry. My mod's being a dickhead. Anyway, this is about Celeste Parker, a girl in high school who lives in the town of Legends Run, and she slowly falls in love with the new kid, Brandon Maddox, who we find out is a werewolf. Or, I should say, he becomes a werewolf.
Now, just to butt in here, I didn't get to the part where it explained how he became a werewolf. Like, I know that they had a kiss under a full moon, but like, did he have werewolf blood in him? I can't remember for the life of me.
So it seems like, right, he had werewolf blood in him, but which got activated when he got bitten by a wolf.
Oh, right.
The ancestors got like eaten by a wolf or something. So then the wolf lived within him and then passed it down.
Got yeeted. Yeah. Oh, because Brandon was saving Celeste from a pack of wolves. He was bitten. Okay.
Yes.
And it was activated. Sorry.
Yes. You didn't get to this part, Adam, but we find out that Brandon is the great grandson.
I don't know.
I don't even remember of the old man that Celeste goes and sees at the retirement home.
No.
Yes.
They tied it all together.
They tied it all together.
Set up and pay off there. Wow.
You know what? It's something. It's baseline competence, which
Yeah.
in at least one area, which I think is more than can be said for a lot of things.
Right.
Is this the big reveal you were mentioning? That you thought was stupid?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because they treat it like we're not supposed to figure it out. They introduce this. We'll talk about this later when we get to the chapter breakdown. But they introduce the fact that Mr. Wilkinson or whatever has wolf blood in him and has like some kind of kids that moved away or whatever. And then it's treated in the next chapter like a really big reveal that it's Brandon, rather than being like, oh, wow, let's put one and one together.
Yeah,
Like this is
truly.
to Celeste, who knows that there's a werewolf and knows Brandon like lives with his grandparents.
Mhm.
He must be
Did
great.
she-
Great grandparents. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives with.
So
Did she did Celeste have to suck the wolf's blood out of the old man's cock? Sorry.
What?
the fuck? Can we
all right, cut it in the edit. Cut it in the edit before we put it
my
out. Before we broadcast this on Twitch, just cut it out.
oh god, I'm
It's really easy to record these.
You are really struggling tonight, Adam.
I'm so sorry. I just got dicks on my mind.
It happens.
Tonight.
It happens.
Happens to the
Anyway.
best of us.
And anywho.
Yeah, well, if I was that old man and this little girl,
Stop, Adam, stop.
can we just continue?
I'll keep
Sorry.
going. I'll just pretend you're not even here for the next 60 seconds.
I'm gonna put me on mute for a minute.
Yeah.
Do we have like an Adam timeout button where you get order a chain and make his picture really small?
And give me a high pitched voice.
It's not a bad idea, Kieran. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, so that's the basic plot of Once in a Full Moon, and the book is all about Celeste struggle because she is currently dating the rich, popular high school quarterback man, basketball star. He plays like 8 sports or something. Nash. Nash.
What's his actual name? Is it just Nash?
It's just Nash. And Legends Run is split into East Side and West Side, and Brandon is.
And they have brutal gang.
And they snap when they fight.
Yes. But yeah, one side is like rich.
Brutally stabbed to death.
I wish. There's
a lot of knife crime in Legends Run.
Well, I was gonna say we should try and rewrite this book to be less garbage later tonight, and I think that's a legitimate improvement. Having some, like wonderful gang violence.
A totally different plot might be a good idea.
Yeah.
For starters, yeah.
But yeah, that's the general idea. Celeste battle between her true love and her jock, pretty rich high school boyfriend, and her rich friends who hate poor people, and Brandon's from the poor side of town.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the book. Honestly, that's more of a conflict than Brandon being a werewolf.
Brandon's also not poor. It's very important. He might be from the poor side of town, but he's not one of the poor.
No.
Because you guys.
And our main character is from the rich part of town, but she's not really that rich. So it seems like her and Brandon are from basically the same income bracket, and just can't figure it out because they're too stupid. I feel like the other important thing to note is for first time viewers that Celeste is she's a wet paper towel of a character. Her only trait is being nice and going to the nursing home. And she's kind of horrible to her boyfriend and just exists. And that's about it.
Now, for this sounds crazy, but also for first-time viewers and for me, how does this book end?
That's really. There's not really an ending to this book. The real ending is in like that first preview chapter.
Yeah, well, I have the sequel, so I'll have to read it and let you know what happens.
Let us know.
But we'll get to the ending. I think we'll get to the ending. I think before we go any further, I need to explain the fingerless gloves. Casey, get your gloves on.
Give me a sec.
Give me a sec.
Be quick, or else you're gonna get shamed for not having fingerless gloves.
Solidarity with Brandon Maddox, okay? We got him on.
There are at least two occasions where Brandon Maddox, our werewolf, is made fun of for wearing fingerless gloves.
Rightfully so.
To the point
pairs that you gave me one.
Nash, Celeste's boyfriend, literally goes up to him in the cafeteria and is like, "What's up with the fingerless gloves, bro?"
This guy who he does not know.
Just knows him as the new kid. And he approaches him and is like, "What's up with the gloves?" And like give him a hard time. So Celeste, because she truly loves Brandon, wears fingerless gloves to school later that week in solidarity.
Solidarity.
They can't show their love to anyone, or else her really terrible friends would be angry.
Yeah, I was saying this feels like something written for, like set in like the 19th century.
It's like the Star of David.
About, like, propriety and what her friends think and what polite society.
And like their like social status on like who's from the rich part of town. It's like, I'm sorry, is it 1865? Like, chill.
Yeah.
Well, we all tonight, in solidarity with Brandon Maddox, our hunky werewolf, are wearing fingerless gloves. We support Brandon. Adam, you don't have to show your hands, because then we'll shame you. Actually, can we all make fun of Adam for not wearing fingerless gloves for a minute?
Hey.
How could you?
I have my Star of David around my neck.
Oh my god.
It's the same thing.
Shut up.
What?
Swing and a miss, Adam. Swing and a miss. You need the gloves.
Okay, sorry guys.
First you don't finish the book, then you don't wear the gloves.
I know, I'm sorry. And then the audacity for me to pick the next book. I mean, come on.
It's okay. It's okay. You know.
What if we just start reading like really high-minded literature and then but also just shitting on it?
We could.
We'll
That's
get
not a
there.
bad idea.
We'll get there. We gotta listen.
Our reading level will get there one day once
We
practice.
gotta finish Once in a Full Moon. Unfortunately, we
Fine,
do.
All right, Matt. Well, what happens? Where are we? Give us a rundown to where we stopped last time. Yes.
Okay, so where we stopped last time, Brandon isn't. Oh no, Brandon turns into a werewolf at the very end, I believe. Right? Fuck. Fuck this. I'm just gonna run through the plot. I don't care. I'm just gonna run through the whole plot. We're gonna talk about the whole book. Alright?
Whole enchilada.
So Celeste falls in love with Brandon, and she goes over there to see him after school because that's her true love. And then she kisses him. And at this point, he had fended off wolves to save her. So they already have like a thing going. And then he turns into a werewolf in front of her.
But he's not really a werewolf.
No, he
He's
doesn't
just
turn into a
a
werewolf.
slightly ripped man with a goatee.
Yeah, he just gets like a little hairy and I think he has some fangs, right?
Yeah.
He becomes kind of like a swole vampire, more or less.
Yeah, a hairy vampire, a swole, hairy vampire.
Which, I guess if you're into that, but I would never call that a werewolf. Like you don't see that in the woods. You're like, a wolf. You're like, oh, what's that man doing? Why is he undressed?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Order. Kind of like ban him from getting anywhere close to a school ground.
And Celeste is severely attracted to his new body.
Yes, Celeste is big into Brandon's new body. She thinks he's really hunky, and she talks about the fangs a little bit, from what I remember. Like, the fangs make him more attractive. It's a little weird.
A little weird.
Yeah, nice teeth, bro.
Nice teeth, bro. Nice fingerless gloves, Brandon. But we love Brandon. We stand Brandon Maddox. Come on, fingerless gloves. Come on.
So we've been driving around a lot, like rural Connecticut, and we keep on seeing all these flags that say "Let's go, Brandon," and we're like, "Wow, all these people have also read Once in a Full Moon." They
must be writing out fanfic on their little typewriters in their rural.
So every time I just got to assume that these people are really rooting for Brandon Maddox in this, which
Bad Book Club is catching on.
Yeah, truly,
Yeah,
I think
listen,
it's really
we got fans all across the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
We they just so happen to be Republican.
Yeah, it's fine. Listen.
That's
I don't see a correlation. I just see the word Brandon on a flag.
Yeah.
Maybe Brandon Maddox.
Anyone who can stomach Once in a Full Moon is a friend of mine. All right? Anyone who supports...
I don't trust anyone, including myself, who's read this book. And I read this book with motivation. I read this book with purpose. Someone who read this book recreationally, like, oh god,
they're lost. They're a lost cause.
Like, that's a choice.
Jesus. Listen. No judgment. It's some people like hunky, hairy, fanged men. I mean, I stand with Brandon. You know what I mean? Come on.
Let's go, Brandon.
God damn it. Anyway. Fuck. I don't even remember what happens in this book. I'm so off track. Celeste keeps struggling to pick the right man, and Brandon keeps missing school because he turns into a werewolf. So Brandon confides in Celeste, like, hey, I'm turning into a werewolf. That's a thing that happens. So they start chaining him inside, like, the cabin or something. Like, his cabin out back, so he can't, like, go out at night as a wolf.
His own personal guest house that he lives in? By himself? Yeah. Normal lower class things,
Sorry.
You good there, Adam?
Yeah, right there, buddy?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
You're really...
This Brandon Maddox talk is getting him a little...
You got a little hot and bothered there, buddy?
Man, this book fucking blows, dude. Like, can we just say what we've been dancing around? Like, fuck Ellen Schreiber.
Oh my god.
Fuck Brandon Maddox. Fuck Joe Biden. Okay? This
Joe
book
Biden.
sucks.
This is Joe Biden's America.
This is what happens when Joe Biden takes over.
You know what? I didn't read these terrible books under Trump. Like saying that there's a correlation, maybe.
It's bullshit, and any stupid kid, any shitty little dumb kid that reads this shit is also stupid. Who's with me?
What a bizarre cover too.
Bizarre.
Like it's not like Brandon Maddox is on the cover.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of sexy, you know. It's kind of
Well, exactly, but who's the target audience? This is an audience for like
I don't understand who's the target audience. Is it teenagers? Is it like middle schoolers? Is it
it's like 12-year-old girls, I'm guessing.
it's the thing that I find the weirdest about this, and I think we've talked about this before, but like they're in high school, but everything they're doing is things that like middle schoolers would do.
Oh yeah, like the way that they're like so stuck to their friend group and that she like just cannot break up with her boyfriend and he's just like, yeah, we're still together, right? Right? And like they don't talk, they don't spend time together, they just kind of are together.
Like they're not like freshmen. She's like 17. Like, you know, like it's weird. Like the whole thing where they're writing reports for class about like werewolves, and they're like, write about some folklore of Legends Run, and then they're like, I'm gonna write about a werewolf.
Are they just all in the remedial classes? Is this why they're not like talking about like applying to college or anything?
They gotta be.
It's like, okay, very good. You can write an essay about werewolves. Very good. Now go interview just some random guy and see what the local crackpot says about werewolves.
The
That
local
counts
man
as
in a
research.
nursing home who probably has dementia who says that the werewolves are real.
Werewolves, I saw one last week. They're all over this town.
Oh my god.
What happens in chapter 13?
I have no fucking idea. I hate this book.
Yeah. Well, actually, wait. Let's go back to your summary, right? So the reason they're locking him up is because everyone's suddenly seeing werewolves. Things actually get slightly interesting for a moment. Dogs are disappearing, and everyone's seeing werewolves everywhere. I was like, okay, something's happening, and we have good reason to think it's not Brandon. Especially because they keep locking him up, and apparently the werewolf sightings go down when that happens, but they still hear about him. And then it turns out it's Nash in a werewolf suit. I guess Nash is just a furry, literally running around the woods.
Well, I was
Wait,
thinking
terrorizing
earlier,
people.
someone's like finds the wolf suit in his bag, and they're just like, "What's this?" And you know, he looks around panicked, and he's like, I've been pretending to be a werewolf."
It's just
like,
a prank, bro. You've been pranked.
and meanwhile, he's been at like
Uh-oh.
furry conventions for the last 4 weekends. Like,
It's like a really realistic fursuit.
You guys aren't kidding, right? That like he actually is this part of the book?
No, this is part of a book.
Yeah, this is real.
Furry conventions are heavily implied.
heavily implied.
You know, they talk about the weird anime eyes that the suit has. It's very bizarre.
No, God, like don't fuck with me anymore. Like this is part of the book.
Yeah, this is part of the book.
No, but he goes around and he wants to terrorize people because it's his convoluted plan to like get Celeste back.
Oh,
I'm not really sure how that was meant to work. Because he doesn't even terrify Celeste. He does not bother Celeste at all. Celeste is like actually like, kind of weird. I'm like the only one who's not seeing werewolves when everyone's seeing werewolves everywhere, and no one's like, hey, that looks like a costume, or hey, that kind of looks like Nash.
what a fucking
There
joke.
is no line.
So yeah, that happens, and then Celeste is like, yeah, I won't tell anyone about that for some reason.
Oh my god. My mom just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Hey.
Thank you, Danielle!
Thank you, Danielle.
Alright. that threw me off.
Thank you, Danielle.
Danielle's the best.
Still have a huge crush on Danielle.
Okay.
Like you need to be censured again.
Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, can you have like a strike system? For,
like
you put up little, we can put up little like
I'm
X's.
just saying, I've known Matt for
Thanks for the update.
I've known Matt for like 8 years now, maybe 7, and I've known his mom for just as long, and like, I was in high school just like the rest of you guys, and I liked Matt's mom like as a person. Like when I say crush, I mean like friend crush. You guys are taking it the wrong way.
Know what I'm supposed to think, Adam, when you say
All right.
I have a crush on Matt's mom.
I need to elucidate. Is that a word? Elucidate?
It sounds like one.
No idea.
It sounds great.
I can get Danielle in here if you want.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if you want to.
Nah, it's fine.
No, yeah, it's totally cool. But like, you can if she wants to come on. Like,
I would prefer if my mom didn't talk to you.
Oh,
okay. If that's okay.
Okay, that's fair.
So Brandon Maddox
Alrighty.
spends most of this book
Extraordinary.
missing and locked up in a guest house.
He's really useless, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like it's meant to be like, oh, he's mysterious and broody, but really he's just gone. He's just not there.
Sorry, Sarah. Anyway.
Sarah in the chat is saying it's obvious that Adam has a crush on my mom.
No, it's not. So what's
Everybody. Anyways.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Adam.
It's like all he talks about. No, it's not. He really. I mean. So what is this about a guest house? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
So basically, there's a guest house at Brandon's grandparents' house, and he just lives in it like by himself.
And he spends most of his time locked in there. Like
Right.
12 hours a day, he's just locked in a guest house.
He's like pulling an Edward Cullen, where he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna hurt you."
That, except it's like incel behavior, really. He's
Yeah.
just he's probably just like, playing anime gotcha games, like, just visual novels 12 hours a day. Like, he doesn't go to school either. So it's probably like some kind of sweaty nerd den.
I mean, the weird thing about Brandon Maddox is like, he's a loner, right? Like in like the beginning of school, like when he first gets introduced, it's kind of treated like a Twilight thing, where like Edward's kind of weird and broody, which then when you learn he's a vampire, I guess kind of makes sense. And I mean, as much as I hate that I'm rationalizing like Twilight as like the baseline, like like it makes sense why he is the way he is and why he's a loner, because he's like 5 billion gajillion years old. But Brandon isn't even a werewolf yet at the beginning. He just has no friends and is a loser.
He then also gets friends. Remember, he's hanging out with all those cool like skater friends at the party who never appear again.
No, and then they're like, "Why doesn't he have friends?" And it's like, "Did you forget that you set that up for 5 seconds?" They didn't know what they wanted with Brandon. Ellen Schreiber didn't know what she was going for. Clearly.
Hey, we fucking love Brandon. Okay, Fingerless Gloves. We stand with Brandon. He hangs out with cool skater people. That's my guy.
You probably also have fingerless gloves.
Probably.
It's dangerous when you're skating.
What do you think the symbolism Ellen Schreiber was going with the fingerless gloves?
Fingering.
Sorry, what? Do we want to get a strike system on Kiran now?
that was so fucking fast. That was so fucking fast, Kiran.
Fingering who? So he can finger 5 wolves in the same pack at the same time?
Oh
He's
my.
got 5 wolf assholes attached to each finger? Sorry.
Alright, that's definitely a strike for you, Adam. Jesus Christ.
What? Come on!
There is no line.
He said fingering!
Oh my god. NPC with the prime, thank you. Hype train, choo choo. We're not a hype train yet, buddy.
Fuck you. If you're not subscribed, we're rolling an ad break right now. Fuck yourself.
No, we're not.
Damn it. Can I get it? Can we get like one of those Staples easy buttons, but instead it's like ad break for when Adam's talking about fingering animals? Literally, that's the white text on the button. It says ad break for when Adam is talking about fingering animals. Slap this.
All right, we need like 60 different buttons for all the. We need a whole soundboard for offensive things that cause us to cut to ad break.
Right, yeah. Normalize it. Yes, Craig says normalize it. Thank you.
You know Craig.
What did we talk about? Who's Craig? Craig R?
I'm not gonna dox him on stream. What am I, some kind of fucking animal?
Sorry.
He's just being nice to you. Don't fucking let him normalize it.
No, he's not being nice. He's allowing me to blossom.
Yeah, don't coddle at him. Don't pander. Come on. Don't kiss up to the streamers. Come on.
But you know, we talked about last week how sex with animals is never mind. You know what? We don't have to rehash it.
No. Come on, for the viewers, tell me about sex with animals. Come on.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not illegal.
Speedrun any % get banned from Twitch. Did I miss the memo?
We have a full caps elaborate in the chat.
Listen, cut me off anytime. I got a full ass thing of pad thai that I could be chowing down right now. All right, that's better than you guys.
I need you to elaborate.
At least this pad thai doesn't talk back to me.
I'd be concerned if it did.
If it did, I'd eat it faster. I don't know. There's like 7 or 8 states, including Washington D.C., where it's not illegal to have sex with an animal, where like it's not actionable. You know what I mean?
Well, I bet you it's one of those things like cannibalism, though. Like cannibalism's not like illegal most places, but you know, a lot of the time they just prosecute under like desecrating a corpse.
Yeah, well, but that's the preamble to cannibalism, right? Is like you had to go through with murdering someone or dismembering somebody, but
yeah,
like,
but they'd probably get you on like animal abuse or animal cruelty or something.
That's fair.
And they probably got some old sexual deviancy laws in the books when they hated gay people, you know, so they'll probably throw that at you.
Actually, it is a thing though that like animal like bestiality laws are stricter in places where like anti-gay laws are stricter, and it tends to be a very specific niche thing that I think is like a concern with like I don't know what like weird conservatives think is happening, but clearly like I think in most normal places it's just like under animal abuse, like how normal people like understand things, but I think the cons have kind of dished out a very specific thing because they're like, oh yes, bestiality, the common problem of our times. Like
They're like, yeah, you know, sodomy, bestiality, all the same thing, you know.
Do you guys remember when this was a book club?
No. Now when
I try to forget.
I try to forget too.
In fact, I drink to forget. Is that a lot on Twitch? All right, no excessive, nothing excessive.
Yeah.
We're not actually drinking. This is all non-alcoholic. This is all simulated. It's all pre-recorded, pre-edited. We're all paid actors.
This is alcoholic. This is definitely alcoholic.
None of us actually exist. We're all AI like recreations of a Twitch stream. This book, if you look it up, does not actually exist. All the websites are fake. None of the Amazon links work. This book was generated by an AI.
This is what AI thinks that humans talk about when they get together is fucking wolves. We've seriously failed our computers. But quick question though. This is a quick one, okay? This is a quick one. If Celeste were to fuck Brandon in his wolf state, oh my god, we have 10 viewers. That's the most viewers I've ever seen on this channel. Holy shit. Let me just continue with what I'm saying.
Welcome.
If Celeste were to have sex with Brandon Maddox while he's a wolf, is it animal abuse at that point?
I think there's a better question.
Yes.
Is it illegal because he's older? Does he become older when he's a wolf? Because he looks older.
Holy shit.
I feel like that's what they get them on because I feel like
they got me.
A wolf that you could get him on the animal charges, but I think
you get him on the statutory charges, right? You do some carbon dating on him and find out he's like 53 with that goatee and chest hair. It's like, all right, how you going downtown, buddy?
The goatee is the funniest part, though. How he gets a goatee when he turns into a werewolf, like ooh.
Well, Craigert says. Well, that's the thing is like if you finger a woman with fingerless with gloves on, sorry.
No, finish your thought.
I feel like there are no laws in the books about that.
That's the thing with finger. No, never mind. Kreger raises a good point. He says he's able to consent, though, Adam, because he still has a human mind, right?
I think the better question is if she bangs him before kissing him, when he still can't remember things. Is that kind of like some roofie business? Like,
yeah, I'd like to point out he doesn't remember his nights as a werewolf.
That's a great point.
No, that's definitely.
He does remember when she kisses him, so she would have to avoid that in order to commit a crime.
But yeah, if she doesn't kiss him, then it's a crime. Hands down.
Now, what if she's fucking him while he's turning? Like, where's the line here? You know what I mean? Like, do we have an exact?
I guess it depends when his memory stops.
I feel like there's something you gotta adjudicate in a court of law and have to be decided by a jury of your peers. Are we gonna have to do like a mock trial of Brandon Maddox here? You know?
Oh my god. Well,
you have to call Ellen Schreiber to the stand.
Jesus.
Like, okay, here's the thing though. I feel like a lot of like these kinds of books, especially with like a character like Celeste, feel very much like author stand-in-y kind of, you know, like how she's like just like nice and perfect and whatever. And it's kind of like, is this Ellen Schreiber's fantasy? Because if so, I feel so bad for her.
Well, it feels much more patronizing in this case. Whereas like Marked, it felt a bit more like authory, and I think same, especially Twilight. Twilight feels very like author standard. Yeah. This feels like this is what she thinks her audience wants, and she doesn't think a lot of her audience.
Yeah.
Like I think that's also why you can see like the contempt for the other characters. Is I think Ellen Schreiber has a lot of contempt for the people who read her books.
Yeah. Well, this is how this is how Ellen kind of expects her daughter to be like. I feel like.
Yeah.
If she had one.
You better. That's what she shouts. Then she hits her.
Can we just start like a change.org petition to just send Ellen Schreiber to prison for whatever reason we can find? Like,
someone trump up charges on Ellen Schreiber.
Give me one.
Can we explicitly say we want the charges to be trumped up? Like,
I'm ready.
Sprinkle some crack on her and get her big boys.
Where were we before this?
I don't know.
I honestly couldn't fucking tell you.
We were talking about how he doesn't really turn into a werewolf. How this really isn't a werewolf book.
Yeah.
And how it's just kind of a crime.
And also like talk to the wolves and stuff, so it's more like he's got like little like telepathic things.
And the fact that he's a werewolf is never really a problem or a benefit. It's not like he has to fight werewolf enemies or something, or like, you know, there's some kind of vampire menace in town that he has to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just talk about there's no villain in this book? Really? Is there?
It's just herself. Celeste is her own villain.
Right. Yeah, it was really about the the duality of man.
I mean, to be fair, half the conflict is whether or not she's gonna, I was gonna say fuck the werewolf, kiss the werewolf. That is like half the conflict when he turns into a werewolf.
No concept of consequences, and there really aren't any consequences, are there? The only thing that happens is something that's minorly beneficial, is that he can remember what happened when he's a werewolf now, which is really not important because he doesn't really do much when he's a werewolf. I
mean, it might be important for Celeste's fucking legal trial.
That's true. That's true. Because she can say, you know, I did not fuck that man. Otherwise, he would have remembered it, which I think holds up. But it does come across poorly. She might need a good lawyer to get her off. Maybe one with fingerless gloves.
We got to get in contact with Ellen Schreiber on this.
So kissing the central dilemma is a metaphor for what? For stepping out of your comfort zone, for
kissing a fucking werewolf. Did you not read it? Like, there is nothing to this book, is the thing. Like, the thing is too, like, because like Karen and I were talking about this, how her friends, right, are like so like just fucking awful. Like, they're like like they're terrible. Like, you would think by the end of this book maybe it would be about like her like dumping these friends because clearly she can't be herself and do like pursue what she wants when she's around them. No. Does that happen? No. She's still friends with them because they have to keep the friend group together like they're a bunch of 12-year-olds like on the playground being like, "Oh yeah, friends forever." Like it's ridiculous. She has nothing in common with these friends and they're mean to her, they're mean to other people, and they're just like vapid wealthy people. And for some reason Celeste being popular is like somehow like some weird virtue or something. It's weird. It's so weird. I don't understand what Ellen Shriver was going for with these characters, like what she wants us like, because I cannot side with Celeste. Like she's just like not relatable fundamentally. I just don't get. Yeah, yeah.
That's because like this is a YA novel, so I was trying to figure out like what is the take home, what is the lesson learned. That's what English teachers love to ask. What is the take home? And Casey, you're saying there is none?
That's what I think, because you know what? Here's the thing, right? Marked at least tried. Like Marked was like, okay, we're gonna do like a Harry Potter Twilight fusion. It's gonna be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then it wasn't, but at least they tried. This feels like a weird like dime a dozen kind of novel where she's like, I'm just gonna write a werewolf novel. Had like no concept, no world building, no plot, and no like grander vision for what this was supposed to be.
Yeah, it is like the contempt for your audience kind of thing. Like eat the slop, you pigs. Like
It's the first postmodern YA novel of its kind. Beautiful.
I just want to say thank you, the Triumphator, for first time chat. You're awesome. Thanks for stopping by.
Great first time chat, by the way. He said, or he or she said, Celeste's going to the Slammer. Love it.
Love that. And we have a teacher in here. I totally forgot we have a teacher in here.
Who?
Good old Jay Daniels, baby.
No way. Jay Daniels is a teacher?
He's a teacher, baby.
Who gave him his teaching license?
I have no fucking idea.
What fool?
All right, teacher, enlighten us in the chat. What's your takeaway from this book? Huh?
Yeah, Jay Daniels, let's give us your...
Drop some teaching knowledge on us about this book. I think he teaches math, but still, give us something.
Don't tell anyone, but technically I'm not certified.
You were at the same school, gave me a degree? Yes.
Yeah.
You should. You should.
I'm actually... Never mind. It's the other way around. The fact that they gave Corio a degree should make Jeff worried about... Anyway.
I didn't know his name was Jeff. That's very interesting.
Oh! Excuse me.
Don't worry, that's not even his name. Swing and a miss, buddy.
I know. I meant to say Jay Daniels. I don't know why I said Jeff. I was thinking Jeff Daniels. Isn't that like...
stream?
What is it?
This is the doxing stream.
This is the doxing stream.
I was thinking Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is...
A lot of Daniels out there.
A lot of Daniels out there. We got quite the crew in the chat, though. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by the way, while we have a little break in the conversation.
Once in a Full Moon is the hottest new book. It's a New York Times best-selling author.
Go read this. It's good.
We don't even need to tell people. It's just so popular right now. It's the hit book of current year. You can tell this is pre-recorded because it's this, it's right the most popular book right now in the year. What even is this? 2012.
2003. What? I thought this was written in 2003.
I don't know. It says first paperback edition 2012. Oh, copyright 2011.
No way.
When it went paperback, that's when it really got popular. In current year 2012.
Wow.
Like this was like the worst thing I think I will ever read.
I don't know. In some ways, it does get more interesting. Like there is a moment when it is genuinely interesting, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the what do you call it? With the werewolf appearances everywhere. The suggestion that it wasn't Brandon. I was like, oh, is the whole town going to be werewolves? That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
I'm gonna interrupt for a second. Would everyone like to say hi to Sarah?
Hi.
Hello.
Sarah.
How's it going? I'm just a black screen because I'm laying in the dark.
Nice.
Thanks for letting us know.
You're welcome.
Alright, you're going to bed?
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
I love you a lot.
I love you a lot too.
Well,
Oh.
What?
Okay, I'll let you sleep. Can we get some good night Sarahs in chat? Good night,
Good night.
Sarah.
Night,
Good night, Sarah.
Good night.
are we taking calls right now?
Yeah, I'm saying goodbye to Sarah because she's better than everyone.
Really?
Yeah, love you, Sarah. I'm gonna go back to streaming. Head bonk.
Love you too. Bye.
Sorry. Sorry. Sarah takes priority.
Good night, Sarah.
Well, it's too late now.
I mean, she can keep the stream running.
Oh, come here. Adam wanted to talk to you.
Oh no, fucking A.
Why not? No,
She
you're not a
knows,
hot mess.
dude.
Adam thinks you're attractive. Come on.
The hotter the mess, the better. You know.
He says the hotter the mess, the better.
No,
Come on.
don't.
Come on.
No, I didn't say that. No.
Please.
Okay.
Strike that from the record.
gloves.
Oh shit! You can wear mine.
I have gloves like that.
No. Put
Did
on.
you tell him I have gloves? I actually had fingerless gloves that I offered Matthew for tonight, but he wanted to cut his own. I don't know why when I
Yeah.
have fingerless gloves.
They're better DIY'd. They're edgier.
Yeah.
Like edgier.
Can you ask
Yeah,
her
but
why
mine
she
are
had
good.
fingerless
Mine are
gloves?
nice.
Why do you have fingerless gloves? We were talking about the purpose of fingerless gloves earlier.
Like, what does
Because
she
I'm
use them
always
for?
cold and I wear them at work in my office.
Oh, she can still type and shit and pick up
You
the
can still
phone or
type
whatever.
and pick up the phone and stuff.
Yeah, I
Adam had a different theory for the point of fingerless gloves, but
what?
What was it? What was it?
Do you
Do
want to know?
I remember it. Yeah.
Okay, tell her.
What do you think?
Was it naughty?
No.
Oh.
She's like,
It was in fact naughty.
Was it?
Of
no.
course.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, yeah, like, why get, like, you know, the tips of your gloves all sticky?
Someone put your mother to sleep.
Oh.
I mean, I can see that too, but
This is a Christian stream.
it's a Christian stream.
That's dirty. You're naughty.
You said it. I was just saying I can see it. Like, if
Think of all these people watching right now. What they're gonna think of you.
Look at
I don't know,
Jesus.
those
Jesus
people
is
don't care.
hanging around your neck. Baby Jesus is hanging around your neck.
Yeah, you got
Danielle.
a cross on right now too. Yeah. God is watching, Danielle.
He's also watching me when I wear my fingerless gloves.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Get out of here!
You go through your mom's closet and like all her old gloves are sticky.
I'm
and
really
she's-
sorry to the people I know. Pretend I never said that.
It's like it was like trial and error for
You guys
her. and
can
eventually-
never come over again because I will not be able to look you in the face. And you people, Matthew, can't tell you my real name.
There you go.
Sorry. You invited me in here. Was there a reason?
Yeah, I wanted you to say hi. I didn't think you were gonna talk about fingering people with gloves.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about other people.
Oh my.
Whoops.
Cover his ears.
Walk away.
He's drinking, but he's not very good at it.
That's like a whole different.
I don't want to know. Walk away from me.
I thought we were talking about solo activities. That's how sad and lonely I am.
He's only 6 months old.
Oh gosh. I'm going to bed now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good night, Danielle.
Just sleep well, buddy.
You just call your mom, buddy.
You
What?
alright?
No, I was talking to the cat.
Oh,
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Oh no, is that snot?
Well, that was Danielle for the night.
wow.
I hope your friends don't think I'm fingering people.
Well, no wonder why he didn't want to borrow your fingerless gloves because you've been fucking using
Yeah,
them.
Adam makes a good point. That's why I didn't borrow your fingerless gloves. You've been using them apparently.
Oh man.
Well, they have no finger part, so.
Walk away from
Well,
me.
the
Okay, I'm going to
the
bed.
edges. gross. I don't even want to think about it.
God, we need a Danielle strike system.
Lord.
Forget Adam. Like, it's the
Yeah.
least of our problems at this point.
Woo.
So that was my lovely mother.
Are we still live? Have we been banned?
No, we're still
We haven't been
going.
banned.
Oh, you can talk about fingering people, I think.
It's a
Listen, this is educational content. Matt, quick, change the
Change
the
tag, yeah.
change the tags.
Educational.
Strictly for educational reasons.
I can't believe my mom just came in here and fucking made jokes about fingering people.
I'm happy she did. That was
Me
This is
too.
why I love Danielle. I think she honest to God, Matt, like real talk for a second, she is hilarious. She is my favorite of my friends' mothers. Besides Mrs. K, Dan's mom.
Oh, of course.
She's such a sweetheart, but Danielle's a close second. Fantastic lady.
Danielle's the best.
She's a bomb.
We get some something in chat for Danielle, just so I fucking feel better about my crazy mom.
Can we get
He's
some
the best.
Doritos in the chat?
Can we get some Roll Tides in the chat?
Yeah.
Danielle's a huge Alabama football fan. Let's get some Roll
Tide.
fucking Tides in the chat.
Roll Tide.
Puma said, "I'm awesome, thank you." I just wanted to for the record, so people not watching
Yeah.
live know that Puma said that. Anyway,
Just gonna squeeze it in there. Make sure people know. Yeah. Get some Roll Tides for Danielle.
Roll Tide.
She fucking loves Alabama for some reason. So,
What does Roll Tide mean?
the Alabama football team is the Crimson Tide.
Wait, isn't Harvard also the Crimson Tide? Or something like that?
I thought they were like the Red Robins or something. Sorry.
Hold up.
Harvard's not the Red Robin.
That is Robin. brought to you by Red Robin. Actually, I don't know. Does Red Robin still exist? Are they out of business by now?
Alright, I'm gonna say this.
They're not the Crimson Gins.
They're not the
No, they're John Harvard the Pilgrim. That's
No.
That's not the name of their team, though.
No.
I don't know what the name of the Harvard team is, but I can promise you it's not Red Robin. I can
Bought out.
They're just Crimson, so not the Crimson Wave.
What happens if Red Robin buys out Harvard's team and then Red Robin goes out of business, so the team is left named Red Robin?
Just Red Robin.
Like, what happens if like Sears buys like a stadium or something? And then...
Yeah, they're not actually cheering in the crowd. It's just like it's a yum.
just weird like Mongolian throat singing the word.
Everyone's saying yum.
That'd be like really intimidating. It's like New Zealand foot teams with like the haka,
No, what's the haka?
It's like the Maori war dance that they do for like rugby.
Oh. Never heard of that.
Mongolian throat singing. Oh god. So anyway, there is a book.
This book.
Yep, we
Is
read.
there anything else to talk about?
Oh, I guess there's one thing to talk about, which is the ending / beginning of the next book.
Love it.
Because they have a preview chapter of the next book, which kind of is the real kind of like resolution of a lot of things that happen here. It's called Magic of the Moonlight.
Sounds even worse.
Oh, I don't have that in my book.
Oh, yours was probably released. I guess the hardcover release was after.
Oh, actually, this is a first edition.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So soft cover release was like after. So yeah, I guess they have.
I
And-
feel so. Sorry.
Basically, Nash starts blackmailing her with the footage he has of Brandon turning into a werewolf that she has to pretend to be his girlfriend.
What?
Yeah,
That's so creepy.
it's really creepy. And it's like, it's for your own good. He's dangerous. He's a werewolf. So nobody really seems to acknowledge that Brandon isn't actually a werewolf. He's just kind of a guy who's a bit hairy.
With a goatee and big fangs.
I mean, you probably wouldn't really see the fangs. It's dark.
The big chompers.
Big
They got a bit of an
chompers.
oversight,
Listen, I'm thinking next time I feel like hating myself, I will read fucking Magic in the Moonlight, and
Honestly,
I'll report back how Nash's blackmail goes.
Thank you.
And I'd like to believe this book ends with Celeste trial.
he gets ICC or something, officially committed crimes against Wolfkind.
Just goes all the way to the Supreme Court, just like
Yeah.
it's like a lengthy legal battle going back and forth. It becomes like the new like OJ trial. She gets like Johnny Cochran on her team, you know.
Oh fuck!
Fingerless, the gloves don't fit. You must acquit.
Like I what was I even gonna say? I had anger, and I don't even remember why. This book has destroyed my brain. It's stolen all my brain cells.
Do you think Braden? Braden.
Brad.
Do you think Brandon has like a shelf in his drawer full of like the tips of his gloves?
Probably he saves them all.
Does he keep those or does he throw them?
Or if he just needs to wear the tips, like if the tips of his fingers are cold.
Oh, you know what? They make great kindling. That's what it is. So the tips of gloves, they make great kindling.
You can suddenly start cooking a steak in the middle of the woods.
Oh yeah, just cooking steak on a fire.
So at one point, Celeste looks around, and then she sees a steak cooking on fire, and she's like, "How did that get there?" And he's like, "I don't know." Apparently, he did it while he was like a werewolf or something. He made a little fire and cooked a
No,
little
that was a
steak.
joke that he says he didn't know how it happened. Oh yeah, this is really funny. So she's like, "Oh, where'd you get this meat?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then she's like, "Oh no, what happens if he killed a deer to get that meat? What about the animal?" And he's
What
like,
about
"Oh,
Bambi?"
no worries. I just got it from the freezer." And she's like, "Oh yeah, this is freezer meat. It comes from the freezer, not an animal. Good thing no animals were harmed in the making of these steaks. They come from the freezer."
Come from the freezer pack.
Oh man.
This is a freezer steak from the freezer animal. So I think she might have some serious brain damage. Maybe it's like beware the kiss of the werewolf because it has some like neural degenerative properties. She might be like a vegetable by the end of book 2.
She was actually eaten by the werewolves that night in the woods, and the rest of the book is just her fucking, god damn it, I fucked this one up so bad.
Listen. I think that the nursing home stuff is just set up for when by the end of the second book she's in the nursing home being treated for the degenerative brain condition.
What's that thing that doesn't your brain release DMT when you die? That's what I was trying to say. It was the rest of the book is just the dream she had when her brain was releasing DMT.
Hopefully.
If this is what you get when your brain releases DMT, man, this is not worth it.
Yeah, what a fucking
All
great
these
way to
tricks
go.
anyone can imagine.
Holy shit.
Like if I'm tripping when I die, I want some like strange French experimentalist art film. I don't want there's a guy who's a bit hairier than usual just standing in the woods and people think they see him, but
Cooking
it's really a
steak.
guy in a Bigfoot costume who's running around in some really elaborate attempt to win his girlfriend back. And he really fails and then resorts to blackmail that doesn't really make any sense. Oh yeah, and then he also frames Brandon in this little
Oh,
end
does he?
chapter for the werewolf hoax by throwing that stuff in Brandon's car, and everyone's like, "Well, I guess Brandon was doing the hoax." And then Celeste, I guess I don't know if she does in the other book, but at least in that chapter, she's not instantly like, "No, it was Nash. I saw him. This is a framed job." So she's kind of awful to her actual boyfriend, because she also refuses to like introduce him to her friends.
Hmm.
Like she is actually like just such like a bad person in that she won't stick up for Brandon at all ever.
Except, obviously, she wears her fingerless gloves in solidarity.
She wears her fingerless gloves in solidarity, but God forbid she be seen talking to her boyfriend by her friends. She's like, "Oh yeah, I can't talk to my friends in front of you. Like I can't talk to you in front of my friends. You know, I can't like introduce you to my friends. Ew, they'd all hate you because you're poor. I mean, you're actually rich. You live on the poor side of town, so they'd hate you.
Hey,
So we can't talk."
Like, yeah, it's like so weird too, because like if Celeste is supposed to be so nice, like why does she have the worst friends in the world and not care? Like, it's bizarre.
Like, yeah, and she won't defend her boyfriend from them.
Contradictions. Well,
Yeah, like who could imagine the characters in Once in a Full Moon were inconsistent?
You
This is
thought-
it's not the kind of writing I expect from the New York Times best-selling author of Vampire Kisses.
New York Times bestselling author.
Does that even
Vampire-
mean anything anymore? New York Times bestselling
Well,
author.
It's really an entirely like editorial choice. It's just like an opinion thing to declare someone a New York Times best-selling author.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah. There's no like actual like quantitative element.
Oh, interesting. That's weird. I did not know that. That's kind of sad.
Also,
Well-
Vampire Kisses sounds like something that you put in like a parody. Like, it's like a South Park name for like the popular vampire series going around.
Like, yeah, truly, this is a disgrace to just being literate. Like, I wish I couldn't read. I regret.
Yeah, can we return to like oral storytelling? Can we go back to having like scalds spin us yarns about, you know, the great tales of yore.
Matt, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Now we've talked about some of the stuff that's happened along these chapters. How does the book wrap up? Does it wrap up into a nice bow?
No,
Into a nice package with a nice.
no.
It just stops.
It kind of just stops.
It literally stops with.
Did she forget to finish the sentence too? Like, literally, it stops mid sentence.
Where is it? It stops. I guess it stops on like not like completely nonsense. It's the final line is Brandon drew me into him and playfully nuzzled his stubbly cheek against mine, and then
Ugh.
nibbled my neck softly with his fangs.
Ugh.
Then he kissed me with the roaring passion of a pack of werewolves and the romance of many full moons.
Wow.
Oh god, she wants a whole pack of werewolves.
Oh no.
Is she gonna like start spreading this? Is this gonna be some kind of like weird like Rajneeshi poisoning the salad buffets kind of thing with wolf juice?
Oh, I thought you meant more like avian flu type deal. It's a canine flu that just starts going around.
Oh no, I know like pretty salmonella try to win an election for a county position in order to like get your cult. in
Celeste
power.
is running for office now. Her wolf cult.
You know what? That's a better plot, right? What if she becomes like a wolf cultist?
Well, that's never mind. Sorry. Real
Hmm.
quick. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Casey.
I was just gonna say, by nature, wolves are a very culty kind of animal. Like that's what they do. They form cults. You know, so if the wolves have a little bit of a person in them, that'd be great. That's great fodder.
Why don't we all just recruit it into like a multi-level marketing scheme? They're all just selling Amway. Like, you know,
So-
Alpha is just like, you know, the highest level of the
if you're a real
pyramid scheme.
alpha, you're in vector marketing. You know?
So Celeste is trying to uncover the history of the werewolf. She's trying to get Brandon to turn back into a human. You know, she's meeting with this doctor that she had seen in previous chapters. Is it a doctor?
Supposedly, Doctor
It's a witch doctor.
Dr. Meadows.
And also a hack. She's a hack psychic. But maybe a real doctor, to be honest.
Yeah. And there's this whole thing with Nash dressing up as a werewolf. Again, what is there a climax? Because I haven't read the last part of the books. Is there a climax where these pieces clash together? Like, at what point does is there a point where Nash figures out the thing about Brandon, like he's a werewolf? Does Brandon ever turn back into a human? Like, what happened?
So it ends. The final chapter is Celeste goes to see Brandon and is like, "You're not," because Brandon doesn't remember his nights, and there's like all these werewolf sightings, So Celeste goes to see Brandon to tell him that, hey, it's not you, it's Nash dressing up in a costume. He turns into a werewolf. It's like this big romantic scene on like the hill by the woods at Brandon's house. He turns into the werewolf. There's like a rustling of leaves. They go over. Celeste is like, what if it's a hunter? Don't do it. You could get shot or whatever. Celeste peeks in and sees Nash holding a camera. Nash scurries off and you hear tires peel out. And then there was that final line I read about him nuzzling her neck with his fangs. Yeah. That's the final chapter. That's it.
So from what I gather, Nash had been going around. He has this stupid plot, and he's going around terrorizing the town dressed as a werewolf. And when Brandon wakes up every morning, because he doesn't remember nights, he thinks that it's him terrorizing the town.
Yeah, and it's not even like terrorizing the town. It's just like, hey, I think I saw a werewolf.
Gotcha. So does anything happen? Like
No.
So Brandon doesn't accidentally eat someone. He doesn't accidentally cut someone up. He doesn't nothing happens.
Like ate someone. Just like, oops, I had too big a snack.
He's kind of inexplicably like not doing any kind of dangerous werewolf things. It doesn't even seem like he's got claws or any kind of like ability to do that.
Yeah. He's a poor excuse for a werewolf.
Like, it doesn't even seem like he gets like any other wolf abilities. Like, okay, I found my favorite line actually in this whole book is where he goes, "It's the same every night. I'm a wolf. Only when I run like a man." Which, first of all, sounds like caveman language. But
but when I run like man.
You have a wolf run. Like, he runs like a man.
So yeah, how do you know you're a wolf? You looking in mirrors? Like,
but he doesn't look like a wolf. He runs like a man. He looks like a man. He just says,
he talks like a man too.
I talk like man. I run like man. But I am wolf.
He's man.
Man.
Half man. Half man. Slightly wolf.
And he's got that sexy biker bar goatee.
Yes.
Also, like, straight sex pest goatee.
Yeah.
Picking up high school girls, you know.
Yeah.
So
I feel like which book do you think he gets Chris Hansen then? when does he have to take his seat?
Well, I believe this is a trilogy.
So do you think that's more of a like an Empire kind of thing, or?
I was thinking after Celeste,
point?
After the end of Celeste trial at the end of book 2, maybe they come with that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Then book 3 is his own trial, battling those charges.
Yeah.
They were just planted on his computer, you know.
Like, wow, Ellen Schreiber is not okay. Like, okay, I'm sorry, this is just off topic, but I'm just going back through. My other favorite thing is he's like, okay, it's gonna be a full moon. Promise me you won't see me anymore, or else, I'll like kill you or whatever. And she goes, it was as if I'd found out I'd failed every class I'd ever taken. I was devastated at the news. Like, Ellen Schreiber, I think she's like, oh, what's relatable for high school students? Well, a devastating breakup is sort of like failing a class.
like this is not written for high school students. It's like written like it's for like 10-year-olds or something.
This feels like it was written by an AI.
Yeah.
Like
it's written for kids who nothing of consequence has happened in their lives.
Except they failed to pass.
Yeah, so this is their way to fill the gap, is to imagine themselves as the savior of the world, having importance in some way.
I mean,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Casey. Take it away.
Just gonna say, what else is really funny is that, you know how I wouldn't read the first page of every chapter because reading the white print on the black page hurt my eyes? I didn't do that for any of this book, and I felt like I missed nothing. I skimmed I just like, and like nothing has been missed.
Yeah, like your pupils literally have to readjust after turning a page in this book. It's
I'm not doing that to my body for the sake of this book. Like I'm just not.
Think about how much value in terms of ink was lost on each of these pages.
millions of ink
Yeah.
dollars lost.
how much work as a measurable never mind, guys.
Too, because like
One
Mark
sec, I'm getting a call.
title. Like Mark has like proper like cover design and plans. This is the cheapest cover. Awesome. And I bet you it cost extra to have inverted chapter titles.
Yeah, I truly just don't.
Like you're not going to see these unless you like bought the book, really.
Yeah, this is.
Instead, you're just going to see this woman who does
No.
not exist.
Okay, I think I'm dumb. Do you know what I'm realizing just now?
What?
On the inverted chapters, it's a moon.
The moon.
I this is my first time noticing that.
I'm really proud of you, Matt.
You know,
That-
we all learn at our own pace.
I think this book just was so terrible that my brain was shutting down every time I opened it.
God, everyone's gotten a brain-eating prion. It's like a cognito hazard, you know? It's like we met a kill agent.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe it just dawned on me that that's supposed to be a moon.
Also, can we talk about our name Celeste? Like, that's a fan fiction name.
Like I've never met anyone named Celeste, and I hope I never do.
No, if you did, they would be French.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like there's that fine line between like naming your character like John Smith or something. You know what I mean? Like you want your characters to have cool names. Something about Celeste Parker just makes my skin crawl.
Because Celeste as a character also makes my skin crawl.
Oh.
Like, you know? It's just like, oh, I'm nice. I've taken care of an elderly person once by going in dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, look at me. Like, the audacity.
Oh,
Bad.
Puma has a friend named Celeste? Two friends named Celeste.
No.
Puma. Are they like
Do they live in Legends Run?
do they live in Legends Run and do they date werewolves? That's the true question.
And I guess, worst of all, are they French?
Are okay.
Listen, I can forgive lycanthropy. I cannot forget the French.
oh my.
So how are we gonna rewrite this book?
Yeah, I think we already kind of rewrote part of it. We're definitely gonna have a trial for Celeste. But no, I was thinking earlier today because I was trying to find some like really terrible fan fiction, like really really terrible fan fiction. And every time you search Once in a Full Moon fan fiction, it's Harry Potter fan fiction of what's his name? Who turned into a wolf? I don't remember his fucking name.
Lupin.
Lupin. Yeah, it's like Lupin fan fiction. It's very weird.
Good actor, by the way.
Oh, wonderful stuff. I did not read the Lupin fan fiction I found earlier though, thankfully.
Disappointing.
I know, I should have. But I couldn't find any Once in a Full Moon fanfic, so I was thinking, how can we fix this book without completely changing the whole plot?
Introduce some kind of villain.
Mm-hmm.
Have there be some kind of evil werewolf component to the curse, where someone gets someone who's evil gets werewolf powers, or I don't know, introduce some kind of serial killer subplot.
Okay.
What?
Oh no, go ahead.
You go first.
Okay, well, I was gonna say,
Thank you, Puma, by the way.
what about, like, okay, Nash, right? like at one point she's like, "Oh, I was like after he does all his like werewolfy things and he tries to like freak her out to get her back, she's kind of like, "I was flattered, but no." Instead, if you make her like, "Oh my god," and Nash is your villain and you set him up to be much more of a douchebag in the beginning and he's actually horrible, they break up, so you're kind of rooting for them to break up more than like right now I'm ambivalent. I just don't care about their relationship, but like we
Right.
want her to break up because this relationship is shit. And then he goes off his rocker, does some werewolfy things, maybe becomes a werewolf in the process, so then he's the bad werewolf or something, and then him and Brandon gotta like duke it out or whatever. Just beat the shit out of each other in front of the high school.
What if Brandon?
They're not even werewolves at the time.
Just people just clobbering each other.
Brandon gets the tire iron out.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be so cool. Actually, Nash as the main villain. That's a great idea. Great
Right?
idea. And Brandon turning him into a werewolf. Maybe like maybe like the villain origin is like Nash was spying on them, Brandon and whatever her name is, Celeste, and like he steps in and like Brandon like accidentally like bites him and he turns into a werewolf. But
What if they're just fighting and Nash has him like in a headlock and Brandon just chomps down on him?
or what if they're both in gym together and like he like just accidentally sinks his tooth in like during the
with his mouth open.
yeah, they're playing like dodgeball or something. He accidentally fucking bites him.
Oh no, you accidentally stuck your hand in my mouth.
You need to like get checked for lycanthropy before you can donate blood. Is it like one of those things? Hey, don't put your claws on me.
Yeah, I was thinking we have the old man be the villain. You know what I mean? If we're going the way like if the old man is going to be like the huge reveal, then make him the villain.
Actually, you know what? That'd be kind of fun. Because I was thinking you could also just cut Nash, right? Make it so that she's like a kind of like loner type who's friends with the popular kids at the beginning. And then something that happens is she's like, you know what? I don't like the popular kids. They're awful to the other kids. And she decides to kind of like actually go it on her own, right? That's like the kind of insight she's in. And then she starts hanging out with this Brandon Maddox kid. And then something happens, right? Something strange happens to Brandon. And then suddenly he's turning into a werewolf. And they have to find out why. And they find out there's this like ancient evil at Legends Run, right? And Brandon has been kind of like chosen by this evil to like be its like first kind of minion, and Brandon has to like resist the corruption. And she's like, oh no, my boyfriend's turning into a werewolf. Is he gonna be evil? Is he gonna be doing evil things? We got to figure out how to break this curse before Brandon becomes. And maybe she's talking to the old guy, right? And she's like, what's up with this curse? And he's like, oh, my family knows. And then, like, at some point, they'd be like, wait a minute, this old guy seems to know a lot about his curse. And then he, like, flees to his evil werewolf lair somewhere in the weird hills around. And, they have to go into some abandoned mine shaft to find him or something,
Right. Or, like, what if she still had, like, so yes, she abandons the popular kids. And what if, like, you get, like, a crew of, like, Brandon's skater kids. So she becomes friends with, like, a new friend group. And we get some fun sidekicks. So it's more like an ensemble thing.
Yes. And they have like this big battle where it's the wolves versus the skateboarders. Yo, dude, and the fucking there's this chase scene.
Showdown takes place in the skate park.
Yes.
Well, we have a subplot where there's a big tournament showing up, right? and the cool kids are also skaters. They want to show up the cool kids at the big skating tournament. But the werewolf shows up at the skating tournament. So you have to both win the skating tournament and defeat the werewolf at the same time.
Yes, holy shit. And it's all this old guy's master plan.
Also an evil businessman who wants to demolish this kid.
Wow.
This concrete factory.
That would be a great fucking idea.
Oh god.
It'll be a very
the best 90s movie ever made.
To like kickflip and beat the shit out of a dog. Like,
yep. and what's great is like you can have this one scene where the skateboarder's going up the half pipe But when the wolf's paws don't have enough like friction to get all the way up. So only the skateboarders can get the high ground on the half pipe, where the wolves are like sliding down.
See, I'm just picturing the slow motion kickflip where the skateboard just decks a werewolf.
Yeah.
Under the feet.
Oh man. Great
Yeah, like,
fucking idea.
The old guy like owns like a concrete factory. A concrete business. He wants to build a new factory on the skate park, and so he decides if he curses their main skater, they'll lose the tournament and never go to the skate park again. They'll give up their skating hobby forever, and then he can use it.
But
Yeah,
little does-
maybe some regionals or something. If they don't win the prize money to keep the skate park from going under, it's gonna get bought up by this.
Yeah.
So they have to combine their skateboarding prowess with their wolf powers to win the competition, to be like the
Wait, what if
ultimate.
it's like Rocky, where they lose the skating competition, but they go to the planning meeting and the whole town's on their side, and they get the redevelopment shut down because the whole town stands up for the skate park.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is great.
This is amazing.
A
You know, it's a
million different
heartwarming
directions.
film for the family, for all ages. You know, it's got everything.
Yeah, it's like mid '90s with werewolves. Great.
This is amazing. I think someone who's watching this, please pay us millions of dollars to develop this into a sequel, and we'll do it.
Can we make it like period accurate, like shot on video for like the 1990s?
Yes.
Yeah. Is Weinstein still doing a production house?
Ooh, swing and a miss.
You want to take that one back?
Fuck that guy, honestly. He's a big piece of shit.
I think that's a timeout for Adam. I think that's at least 3 strikes.
That's true. That's an ad break.
Strike number 6, buddy.
Well, Matt, I don't know about you, but I got some fucking pad thai to eat.
I understand, buddy. I understand.
And I also have a girlfriend who just told me she lost her taste and smell. Poor thing.
Ooh.
She didn't get to enjoy her pad thai. She also got pad thai.
Well, if she lost her taste, I might recommend.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, zing, fuck. But yeah, no, we can let you go at your pad thai, buddy. We can wrap it up. How do we want to do this? First off, fingerless gloves. We stand with Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
God.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon, all the way to Supreme Court. He will get off on those charges.
Chat, thank you for hanging out. I love you all.
Yes, thank you.
This has been fun. This was a really good stream. We had a bunch of people pop by, say hello.
I think we peaked at like 11 or 12 viewers.
I know. We take those. If you're new here, drop a follow. Really helps me out. Or just come back next time. Or don't. That's cool too.
No. We don't want to be apathetic. We want you to come back.
Yeah, please come back. Please come back.
We care about you.
Adam's picking the next book, it looks like. What, Adam, what's the next book?
It's called New York Dead by Stuart Woods. It's like a 1991 was when it was published. It's like a crime detective thriller, and it was kind of like the first of the Stuart Woods legacy. And if you don't know, Stuart Woods is a writer who has pumped out like 6,000 books in the past 2 years, just in the past 2 years. So.
Wonderful. I'm not looking forward to it, but it will be a good time, I think.
I think it's going to be fantastic.
I hope so.
So if you're watching along at home, make sure to grab your copies, steal your copies of New York Dead.
Yeah.
By Stuart Woods.
Yeah. We'll set a date for that sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts on Once in a Full Moon.
Boo.
Boo.
Big boo for me.
Yeah, really just shameful. Shameful, I think.
How many moons out of 5?
1.
There are no moons in the world, actually.
What?
That might be a sign to
You're
call
so
it.
genuinely confused. How many moons are there in the world, Casey?
Put me down already. Take me to the vet.
Would you think Brian and Maddox would be put down by the vet? Or do you just like spay and neuter him, you know? Or do you like chip him, you know, in case he gets lost? Ends up in like Antigua or something.
Matt, how many moons? How many moons?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. Kieran?
I'll you know what? I'll give it a half moon.
Oh
Wow.
Oh,
What,
shit.
Am I
what do they call
allowed
that?
to go into negatives?
The
A
crescent.
waning? A waning moon? A crescent moon? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very waning crescent for me.
Yeah.
Waiting fast.
Waning quickly.
Adam?
Yeah, that's a quarter of a moon. That's a quarter moon
Pretty
out
bad.
of 5.
Wonderful. What a good
Wow.
choice. I honestly thought it couldn't get any worse after March.
It does.
Oh,
But
Yes.
we're pulling ourselves up out of this hole. I have a good feeling about this next book. I've heard some things. I've read some things about it. So
We'll see
I
what
think
happens.
it's going to be a good ride.
Yeah. Well, all right, chat. Love you all. Much love. You're the best. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night.
Bye forever.
Bye, everyone.